What's up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be doing the match preview for Elche versus Barcelona in La Liga. The blaugrana return after the international break, where they currently sit, of course, 12 points clear at the top of La Liga and now face the worst team in the league, who are rock bottom of La Liga. This should be a very comfortable victory ahead of the huge game midweek in the Clasico in the Copa Del Rey. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, so regular kickoff time in La Liga, and this match will be taking place at the Estadio Manuel Martínez Valero, which of course is the home stadium of Elche, and the referee for this match has also been confirmed. On the pitch, it will be Carlos de Cerro Grande, and on the VAR, it will be Ricardo de Burgas. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table, where Barcelona currently sit in first place in La Liga on 68 points. After playing 26 matches, we have 22 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. You look at our last 5 games in the league, 4 wins and 1 loss, which of course that 1 loss I believe is against Almeria. Real Madrid in second place on 56 points. After playing 26 matches, they have 17 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. Look at their last 5 games in the league, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss of course in the Clasico. Barcelona currently sit 12 points clear at the top of La Liga. We are cruising. This league should be wrapped up fairly soon. The league is Barcelona's essentially, unless we have a catastrophic collapse. Yes, we could drop some points here and there from now until the end of the season. We do have to still have some tough games at home. We face Atletico Madrid, I believe, Betis, so we could drop some points. I see a draw maybe in the future, but this should be nothing but a Barcelona victory and Barcelona triumph in La Liga. When they're 12 points clear, ain't no one stopping you at that point. Now, if you look at the top teams and who they'll be facing this weekend, Real Madrid will be hosting Real Valladolid, Villarreal will be hosting Real Sociedad, and Atletico Madrid will be hosting Real Betis. Now, what's interesting is that all these matches will be taking place on Sunday, and of course Barcelona play tomorrow, so if Barcelona have the advantage, they go with the victory. We could be 15 points clear, and then Madrid could drop points against Valladolid. Who knows? They have one eye on the Champions League tie against Chelsea, which is coming up very soon, and also on the Copa del Rey El Clasico that's going to be taking place midweek. Again, Barcelona are cruising. It's going to be a league title for us this season without a shadow of a doubt. It's now all about how we win the league. We win the league by a lot of points. What will be our defensive record? Are we going to walk away with a bunch of victories? Will we reach that 100-point mark again? Those are all the if buts maybe right now, but no doubt Barcelona are going to be winning La Liga, and this match is just one more extra step towards that goal. Now, if you take a look at our opponents in Elche and where they're currently standing in the league table, they are currently sat rock bottom of La Liga in 20th place on 13 points. After playing 26 matches, they only have 2 wins, 7 draws, and 17 losses. But you look at the last 5 games in the league, 3 losses, 1 draw, and 1 win. One of their 2 wins has come in their last 3 matches. They're going to get relegated. They're the worst team in the league, and it should be, again, very comfortable win for Barcelona. I'm going to be shocked if we drop any points in this game. But Elche coming to this match as the worst team in the league. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Elche, who unfortunately you could say will be getting relegated to the Segunda Division next season. They're having a very poor season, and last time we faced them in the first leg this season was of course at the Spotify Camp Nou, where we did walk away with a 3-0 victory. I believe this was the final game before the September international break, so international breaks in Elche all lining up very well. You can see the lineup on the screen, very similar to what we can see tomorrow as well. Comfortable 3-0 victory at home. All goals scored very early on in the first half. 1 goal just came right after the second half began. Memphis Depay, of course, played a good game, but of course he did leave later on after that. Frankie de Jong playing in the holding. You have Eric Garcia playing at center back as well. All things that we could see tomorrow as well. In particular, Elche's last 6 matches in all competition. In their last match, they lost 2-0 to Real Sociedad. They drew 1-1 with Real Valladolid. They beat Mallorca 1-0. They lost to Real Betis 3-2. They lost to Espanyol 1-0. And they lost to Real Madrid 4-0 as well. So let's take a look at the last 3 matches all competition. Firstly is one of their 2 wins of the season, a 1-0 win away from home against Real Mallorca. Now I think the reason why they won this match is that everything went in their favor. It was a Lucas Boy goal that got them the 3 points. They had a comfortable victory. They controlled the midfield. They played defensively very well, and also on Mallorca's side they didn't play well despite being at home. Their finishing was very, very poor, and Elche walk away with their first 3 points in God knows how long. Next match, of course, is their 1-1 draw with Real Valladolid. This was at home, to be fair to Valladolid, on the same level of Elche, but are doing progressively well. It was a very, very even game, especially with Elche being at home. They tried to get the ball on the counter attack, let Valladolid dominate the game in terms of possession. I think Elche in this match were very, very defensively solid, but in the end could not break down Valladolid to walk away with 3 points. And finally, the last match of all competition was at the Anoeta, a 2-0 loss to Real Sociedad. This is probably expected as per we all thought, and hopefully it will be the same thing in tomorrow's result. Let's try to break down Real Sociedad, but Real Sociedad just too strong for them, just off the back of some European competition matches as well. To be fair, Real Sociedad in the league have been very, very up and down. They needed a victory, and what else is what better way to do it than face the worst team in the league at your home stadium? In the end, it was a very, very comfortable victory for Real Sociedad. So overall, final thoughts on Elche. Again, the worst team in the league for a reason. Their new coach who's recently come in is, of course, Pablo Manchin, who is very, very experienced in the league. I think he coached Espanyol, Girona, Sevilla. He's done very well. He's played good football, but just never got that extra stretch at every single one of his clubs. He's come into Elche. I think he's improved them a little bit, got them their first victory in a very, very long time as well. Against Barcelona, Manchin doesn't have the best of record, but always, puts in a fight, so to speak. He plays good football. It's not, the typical park the bus stuff counterattack, which you probably expect for tomorrow's game, but he has a good playing style, and sometimes he gets a result against Barcelona. I think his best result was a win for Girona, but his team always competes against Barcelona. Of course, I remember Girona at the Camp Nou. They were winning 2-0, then we came back 1-6-2 for Sevilla. I think they beat us once at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Then we had in the cup game, they beat us at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan 2-0. We came back in the second leg 5-1. So he plays good football. He's got results against Barcelona, but still at the level that he's at right now with Elche, with not the greatest of players, it still should be a very, very, very difficult task for him to get any result out of this match. Now, who's the players to look out for Elche? I think the main one, of course, is their striker Lucas Boy, who up front is doing wonders for them. There's some former Barcelona player in the midfield, the Gambayu, of course. We also that compilation against Bayern Leverkusen in 2015. He's there kicking as well. Their goalkeeper as well is very, very experienced and has been at Elche for a very, very long time. But again, also their midfielder Pedro Melilla, he's done very well for them this season. So again, there's some few good players at Elche, but together as a team, they're just not up to the level of La Liga Santander. So expect an easy result for Barcelona here. There should be nothing but a win. I keep saying this on the whole entire video. Watch us tomorrow drop points, but for Elche to win this game, they have to be very, very, very strong defensively and also be clinical on the counterattack. And the only way Elche can get a result in this game is defend strong, hope Barcelona are not clinical on the night, and then go hit on the break. I think the best result that Elche can get in this match is the draw. It's feasible, it's possible, especially just after an international break, but with the quality of their squad, it will be very, very difficult to complete. Let's now take a look at the squad list. The squad list for this match has been released and confirmed, and it is as follows: Ter Stegen, Araujo, Busquets, Lewandowski, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Enaki Peña, Alonso, Alba, Kessie, Roberto, Kounde, Garcia, Balde, Casado, Gavi, Pablo Torre, Arnanteles, Alecron, Estañez, and Gaido. So from the last squad list, lots of changes, of course. Pedri injured, Dembele injured, Frenkie de Jong injured, Christensen injured. Also, Gavi returns to the number 30. He has officially been unregistered as a first team player and has been registered back again with the juvenile 18, the secondary team. That's why he's wearing the number 30. And with those injuries, of course, comes in Alecron, Estañez, and Gaido as well. Hopefully they can get some chances alongside Casado as well. Now with the season winding down slowly but surely, yellow card suspension is something very important to look out for. And in this match, there are 3 players who are 1 yellow card away from suspension. Those 3 players are Sergio Busquets, Franck Kessie, and Ferran Torres. If any of them pick up a yellow card in this match, they will be suspended for next weekend's La Liga match. Time now to get into Xavi's press conference reaction. This press conference this morning, of course, he was asked a lot of questions from the media. This was basically the Ansu Fati Messi press conference. It was just all about them. He gave us some other insights, other details as well. But the Messi quotes and the Ansu Fati quotes are ridiculous. Let's go and see what the Gap had to say this morning in the press conference. He came out starting off by saying that it's difficult to know what Elche will do and with what system they come out to the changing coach. They have little to lose in this match. First question right off the bat was asked about the return of Leo Messi. Xavi said, Messi, this is not the time to talk about his return. I talk a lot with him. I have the topic that we're dealing with him. Hopefully we can see him at Barcelona again. It's the club of his life. Oh my. The Messi return is likely, lads. I am gassed. Then he was asked about Ansu Fati, saying that on Ansu Fati, he's calm and focused. He's training very well. I understand his father, but I don't give it too much importance. Ansu's only 20 years old. You have to be patient. At Barcelona, there is a lot of competition. So that there is the playbook answer essentially. Then asked about Gavi being unregistered and also about his campaign against him in the Madrid media. He said that on Gavi, I have no record of a campaign against him. He's very happy. He's an extraordinary player with enormous passion, and he shouldn't change that. I guess the problem is that he's not a Barcelona player. Gavi is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. I have no doubt about it. Then again, asked about Messi. I'd love for Messi to return to Barcelona. It's a topic that we're working on, but it does not just depend on me. It depends on his happiness and whether he wants to return to the club. So Xavi is saying, look, I talk to Messi regularly. We're friends. He says that it depends on Messi's happiness and whether he wants to return. So does Messi... I think, is he saying that Messi is thinking about returning? He doesn't yes, 100% I want to return. Let's get this rolling. Is he thinking should I come back? Hey, Xavi, how's it going there? All that sort of stuff. Is he thinking about it? Or does he want to do it full force? And again, it says a topic that we're working on. 10 minutes before this press conference, Rafael Uste was doing a press conference as well. I think it's about Espai Barca or something like that. And he said they were in contact with Messi's entourage. We're talking to Jorge Messi. The return is on. We want him to come back. The way he ended his story was catastrophic. So this Messi return is on the table. It is in motion and it is being worked on by the club. Xavi continues on by saying that we will try to recover as many players as possible for the next matches. It does depend a lot on the feelings of the players. He said that for Pedri and Dembele, it depends on how they feel. Same with Araujo as well. We'll talk about Araujo in a few seconds. Back to Ansu Fati. I have a lot of faith in Ansu Fati. He's a player who can make the difference in any game. I've spoken with him a lot. We have met many times. I want him to succeed here. At this point, Xavi is getting frustrated with the press, saying that we're on the verge of winning a domestic treble. You guys are asking me about the summer transfer window, about players' futures and players coming in. We're on the verge of winning trophies, and a domestic treble is on the table. Ask me about that. Xavi was getting not angry. You can tell he's a bit annoyed, but just about all the questions just being about Messi and Ansu Fati. Anyways, Xavi concluded on by asking about Ronald Araujo's fitness. Of course, he has received the medical green light this morning after picking up that injury in the Clasico. That on Araujo, whether he plays or not tomorrow depends on his feelings. Hopefully not. He then asked about Alex Gaido. He said that, Gaido, we have been called up before, but he had an ankle injury. He's a player that I rate a lot, like Alecron, like Estanias, and like Pau Torre. Gaido is a player who can give us that final pass, which is what we've missed the most without Pedri. So maybe Gaido can get some minutes tomorrow. That'd be very, very interesting to see. If he continues on about Gavi, if Gavi played for another club, not just Madrid, his treatment would have been different. Of course, the stuff about Gavi has been ridiculous as well. Not even the fact that he's been unregistered as a first-team player, but this attack from the Marca reporter, who apparently is Biles' friend. This Clasico on Wednesday is going to be mad. Then asked about Pablo Torre. He said he's a very talented player. From set pieces, he's the best in the squad. He could possibly have some minutes tomorrow. From set pieces, he's the best in the squad. That is a big, big statement. I think he means from free kicks, corner kicks, whipping them in, hitting it on target, aiming it, and putting it where he wants the ball to go. So we knew that already about Pablo Torre at his previous club when we signed him. We heard that he was a fantastic at set pieces. So Xavi just saying it again in the squad that we currently have. He's one of the best set piece, if not the best set piece taker at the club. Again, as about signing Messi, will depend on many factors such as FFP, but I think the most important thing will be Messi's willingness to return. So that's twice now Xavi talks about Messi wanting to return. So I think what Xavi is trying to imply is that Messi is thinking about it. He likes the idea, but he hasn't 100% decided, I want to come back. I'll sacrifice all this stuff. So keep your eyes on that as well. He then asked about Barcelona's, attacking play, final third finishing, so that we have to improve in our attack. We have to look more for Robert Lewandowski. Then he was asked about playing Eric Garcia in the pivot, in the number 6, in Busquets' position. This has been rumored in the media over the past few days. I will talk about it more in depth in my next transfer video, and also maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow in the match review if Xavi does end up playing Eric Garcia there. He said that I've been thinking about Eric Garcia as a pivot for a long time. He has good passes, he's aggressive, he wins duels. I think he could adapt well in that position. So keep your eyes on Garcia playing in the pivot, in the regista, in the Busquets position. Then he's asked about Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba's taking part less, of course, but I think he's going to be an important player in the next few games. And of course, he's one of the big role models and captains of the club. He was then asked whether or not he'll play 4 midfield tomorrow or 3 in the or 3 midfield with the 3 wingers. That we'll see tomorrow. The idea does not change if we play with 3 natural wingers or play with 4 midfielders. The style still stays consistent. And finally, again, Xavi concluded by saying it's difficult to know what Elche will do tomorrow, with what system they will play, due to them changing their coach recently. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Elche tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup prediction. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try my best to predict this lineup. It will be very, very difficult to predict straight after the international break. Players are injured. Players need rotation. You have one eye, of course, that midweek game in the Clasico, semi-final of the Copa Del Rey. What will Xavi pick? I personally have no idea. I had very, very difficulties picking this lineup, but I have gone with this lineup on the screen right now. I've gone with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four, Roberto, Kounde, Eric Garcia, and Alejandro Balde. Midfield 3 of Busquets, Kessie, and Gavi, in the front 3 of Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Ansu Fati. So starting off with the back 5, of course, Araujo is injured, Christensen is injured, so there will be a few changes. I personally wouldn't, risk Kounde in a game like this, but I think Xavi will start Kounde. I think he'll play Eric Garcia alongside him in the center-back partnership. Jordi Alba come in, but with Balde rested in that last final game for Spain, I think he will go with Balde. And of course, with Kounde coming in, with Araujo and Christensen being injured, I think Roberto will start in the right back position. Midfield 3, Busquets, captain, didn't go out international break, of course, retired after the World Cup. He's fully fresh, ready to go. Kessie got some good minutes for Ivory Coast. Hope we can, copy that and paste that into a game like this. I think he will drop Gavi in the midfield, since we have a lot of our attackers fit and not going out on international break as well. With Raphinha not injured, with Raphinha suspended, of course, I think he will go with Ferran on the right, Ansu Fati on the left, and Lewandowski up top. Lewandowski did play 2 full 90 minutes with Poland, and he's back again to sounder some more minutes against Barcelona. And of course, this will be a huge game for Ansu Fati after everything that's happened over the international break. His father speaking, of course, all the reports coming in. I think the only way this lineup will change, he could bring in Jordi Alba maybe, or maybe Marcos Alonso in defense, but I think the midfield and front 3 is essentially set in stone. I think in the defense there could be a tweak here and there, and that's why I think that Xavi Hernandez will select for this match. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Xavi will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was a Barcelona coach, and I have made a few changes from Xavi's lineup prediction. I personally go with this lineup on the screen right now. I'm going Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Roberto, Eric Garcia, Marcos Alonso, and Jordi Alba. Midfield 3 of Busquets, Kessie, and Pablo Torre, and a front 3 of Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Ansu Fati. So theoretically speaking, I have gone full rotation for this match. So I've taken out Kounde, brought in Alonso from Xavi's lineup, brought in Jordi Alba for Balde, and also brought in Pablo Torre for Gavi. My thought process is this: it's the worst team in the league. This team, no doubt, should be beating this team that they're facing against Elche 10 out of 10 times. I don't care if we're playing at home, away, in Timbuktu. This should be a comfortable victory. I think this squad on the screen is more than good enough to beat Elche. You get to rest Kounde, rest Balde, rest Gavi. You give some minutes to some players who need the minutes, like Alonso, Garcia. Jordi Alba has not played in the last 4 or 5 games. Ansu Fati needs to shine. I think my only question mark is about starting Lewandowski. I would have started Raphinha, of course, if he was fit, and then move Ferran to the number 9. You could maybe start Alecron, but he's coming off an injury as well during international breaks. So Lewandowski, poor guy, pretty much has to play this match. And I think this team, you get to rotate players. You have one eye on the Copa del Rey match midweek, and this team, without a shadow of a doubt, has the capability and should be beating the worst team in the league in Elche. And that's the lineup that I would select for this match. But of course, let me know in the comments below, would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? I've been hitting at it the whole entire video. I think it will be a very, very comfortable win for Barcelona. And I have gone Barcelona win this match by 2-0. Clean sheet, goals, 3 points. That's all that really matters in this match. I think the only way, again, Elche do end up getting a result from this game is that Barcelona are not clinical. And Fati, again, does not play well. Ferran Torres can't get in front of goal. Lewandowski doesn't get service. Maybe Elche can get a goal on the break, but again, depends on what defense Barcelona starts. But will Xavi go full strength, put Balde, put Kounde, will he make some rotation, get Jordi Alba there, Marcos Alonso, Eric Garcia? I still would be shocked if Barcelona walk away without a victory here. I think a draw off international break, rotation. If you told me to start my lineup and we get a draw, I probably honestly would still do it. I think rotating this team is very, very important. I think we'll go on and win the rest of the games after, of course, the Copa del Rey concludes and we only have matches on the weekend. But then again, I think that team is more than capable, more than good enough to beat Elche, who are, of course, 13 points this season. I mean, come on. They have 2 victories and 7 draws this season. This should be nothing but a pure walk in the park for Barcelona. Anything other than a win would be catastrophic. And I have gone Barcelona win this match by 2-0, but of course, let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. So that was a match preview for Elche versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to firstly, of course, is your score prediction, but secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? What do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go with if you were the manager? Leave me all your thoughts down below, and of course, make sure to subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me. Follow for the match by match review. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Should be a very, very comfortable victory, and of course, one eye will be on that midweek El Clasico. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah.